say will be. I finally learned a lesson that gratitude is the key. Amazing, 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 amazing. It's all amazing, amazing, amazing. It's all amazing, amazing, amazing.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful day it is to be in this neighborhood, in this center, in this way we're being today. So excited to have you today. We had a little schedule change on our musicians today, so we're actually using videos of some of our favorite musicians. So mainly Melissa and Z today, Oh My God Ministries, so you'll enjoy them. So we're going to begin, not with them, but with another one that is one of my favorite, Daniel Naaman, for our opening chant.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. I'm in the right place
body, your heart, your mind, and all parts of you, and all aspects of everybody is welcome here. So glad to have you here today. We welcome including our online visitors and our online participants. We know that you're part of our community as well. We welcome all people who might be here new, either online or here in person. There'll be a special acknowledgement of you later in the service, but in the meantime, sit back and enjoy the beautiful service we have planned today for you. We'd like to begin our service with our vision and mission. If you'll look up at the screen and repeat with me. We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassion and action. And our mission, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths. A glorious affirmation for us today and always, as not only as we affirm it in our community today, but as we know it in our lives, that we're living, creating a difference in the world in the ways that we can do that, the way we're called to do that. So grateful to have all of you a part of that. So before we begin, we'd like to give you a few announcements. First of all, today was a Green Bag Sunday. That means that we are part of the Napa Can Do project to return green bags with non-perishable items. If you brought back a bag of non-perishable items, could you please raise your hand and let's give you a round of applause. Thank you, everybody. This is an ongoing project for the past 7 years. It goes to the food bank, which helps distribute all the food to those who have food insecurity, those in need. So we're grateful to be part of that ongoing. We probably donated, 4,000 pounds of food over the 7 years, so we're glad to be a part of that. Also today is the Soul Collage. Now this is a new workshop for us. It's kind of fun. Ann House will be here about 12:15. We're going to move the chairs out to the side, bring in tables, and it'll be a way for you to express your soul. She'll take you through a process of a meditative, contemplative process, and then use multimedia process, magazines and different things. Even if you've not signed up, you're welcome to come and just kind of explore that. She's offering this as an introduction class to see if you're interested in doing more of this with her. And we'll talk more about that if you come to the workshop. But this is just an exploratory. So a gratitude donation for today, not a set fee for that. And then coming up, we have a new class that starts in September called 5 Steps of Freedom. And this is to learn about our style of prayer called affirmative prayer. Sometimes it's called spiritual mind treatment. And it's a positive style of prayer that begins with a contemplative process, almost like meditation. And then we can know a greater truth for us and for other people. It's actually, although the actual steps were formulated by Ernest Holmes, it's an ancient way of praying that the early Christians, Jews, Celtic, Native Americans have used. And it's a proactive prayer that brings a new set of eyes, a new perspective to you. So you don't have to be from any faith tradition or any particular knowledge of spirituality or anything. Everybody is welcome to the class. We have an introduction for it on September 7th. On Sunday. That's a free introduction just so you can get a sense of the class if you want to know more about it. And then sign-ups on September 11th. Or sign-ups now, and then the class starts on September 11th. 6:30, it's a 6-week class, and registration links are online as well, or at the information table that's outside. Then other things that are coming up this week include the Pro-Inclusion Napa meeting. That's on Tuesday. There's a lot of things that this organization that is for kindness, for inclusion, and it was a response to some of the hatred that's been in this community and across this nation. So it's doing positive things. And right now they're working on these signs, and they'd love for you to come to the meeting at the Methodist Church to talk about the different positive yard sign campaign that they'll launch in October. And they've been working with a graphic designer to to provide the perfect message. And they're very close, but come share your thoughts and help them choose the final design. So that's Tuesday at 5:30. And then Thursday, we have, if Nancy Nord-Carnegie could come up here. We have a special event that's going on at Fuller Park that she has helped organize. Yeah, you'd like a microphone, huh? There you go.
Welcome. I'm Nancy Nord-Carnegie, and I'm a member here, and I want to tell you about a special event this Thursday. After reading the book See No Stranger by Valerie Carr and the hate for the Sikh community and the non-white community, taking the lead of Reverend Jay in reaching out to an interfaith community, I contacted Anwar from the Islamic Community Center and asked if I could meet with him. And he invited me to a prayer service last Friday. And I invited my friend Debbie Alterstar to come with me. And we went and were able to participate there. Just the difference between there and here, we own our church. They have had to move 8 different times in the past 20 years because of hate and prejudice, starting with 9/11. And so it just breaks my heart. And so just with the 2 of us meeting there, saying that we want peace, the 5 of us, another member of their congregation, we're planning a peace vigil. They wanted to make sure it's non-political at all, just praying for world peace. So if you're able to come to Fuller Park this Thursday, August 14th, between 6 and 7, I have a sign up if you're able to donate some finger food or money for the finger food. We're going to have a release of doves. My husband and I are donating that money. And just as a community gathering to pray for peace.
Right. So the sign-up sheet will be at the information table. You can go out there and sign up there. But I think it's something we can all go to. Everybody knows where Fuller Park is. So look for it's on the south side of the playground. Look for the white balloons. It's a child-friendly activity. So bring kids, bring grandkids. And I think a show and a force would be really nice. We're just showing up to pray and to hold peace for everybody. So thank you for interested. And if you're, go ahead and sign up for it. We'll also have some food afterwards to share, just to kind of stay together in a community rather than just pray and leave. We'll pray and talk. So that'll be nice. We also have a new member class on August 24th at 12. That's just a way of stepping deeper into knowing about our center and also to learn about the benefits of membership, which includes discounts on renting the facility, different events that are special for members, and discounts on classes as well. So there's no obligation to coming to that. You have decided to be a new member. It's just information about learning, and at the end of it, if you decide to be a member, you can do that. And then once again, just following chronologically, I've already mentioned it, but the intro to class, the 5 Steps of Freedom starts on, the intro is on 7th, and the class starts on September 11th. And then we also have a healing circle. That's just an open circle for anyone seeking healing in mind, body, heart, or soul. There's no agenda to it. I'll do a brief teaching followed by an extended discussion about what healing is or what kind of healing you're seeking and how we can support you. So we're trying to do those once a month. We missed August because of just vacations and everything going on. But we're getting back to it on September 13th at 9 o'clock here in the sanctuary. And please know that we're here for prayer. prayer is an essential part of who we are, this affirmative prayer that we talk about. If you'd like to experience it one-on-one, practitioners will be after the service, and you can pray for, ask for prayer for yourself, for someone else, or for peace that we know that we all seek in our inner lives and in the global world as well. And then also there's prayer requests in the lobby that you can fill out, prayer requests online, and the practitioners and I pray for it each week on your request, knowing your highest and best. And with that, we go into our sacred time with a song by Melissa.
So if you'd like to close your eyes or soften your gaze, just take a moment. Take a gentle breath in, breathe out, and remember that you're breathed by the divine, that your heart beats to the divine, that we're here blessed on this beautiful summer day as the light changes and the breeze comes as we go into autumn. And we're just so grateful for the truth of all of this, for our life, for being here together at the center, for the message and the beautiful music, Reverend Jay's message, everything that unfolds today. So just being in that place of grace and gratitude, just remember for a moment that we are so unconditionally loved. We're here for love. So just knowing that truth and giving thanks for this day and our time together, we just let this be, and so it is. So good morning. So my husband calls the news the daily horror. And sometimes I watch it with him, and sometimes I read it, and there's some days I cannot bear it at all because it's pretty horrifying. And, you know, I'm a practitioner. I have a spiritual practice. I meditate. I pray all the time. I exercise. I go out in nature. I do positive things. But sometimes my peace of mind is just awash in anxiety, and I feel like there's no ground. So I think we're all familiar with our reptile brain, our lizard brain, where we go into fight or flight or freeze. because sometimes everything seems so out of control and there's a lot of despair and anger, and we can fall into that wormhole of despair, but also blaming and judging and vilifying the perceived other, right, who's responsible for all this. So I feel like if we're not careful, that over time our well-being and our self-esteem and our compassion can erode, and it diminishes our light. We forget our divine nature. So I've been remembering this profound dream I had 25 years ago, and I'm at an age where I can tell a story twice because I might have told this story before, but I can't remember. So when my son was in 6th grade, I volunteered to be a mom chaperone at Outdoor Ed in Yosemite for a week during the winter. It was cold, it rained every day, it snowed, and the kids were really cranky. So one day we were taking a hike up to one of the waterfalls, and we had this wonderful Yosemite guide named Matthew. And during lunch, I saw this bush, this soggy brown bush, and I said, "Matthew, what's that?" And he said, "It's mugwort." And the indigenous people who lived here believed that if you put it under your head at night, you could talk to God. So I was like, whoa, that's great. So I picked a sprig of it. And that night we were in a big cabin with all the 6th grade girls and the other chaperone moms, and I took that sprig of mugwort and wrapped it in a Kleenex and put it under my pillow. And that night I had a profound dream where I talked to God. So I was out in space in the galaxy and the cosmos, sitting on a floating bench, and there was this immense presence next to me of infinite love and acceptance and tenderness with a grandfatherly voice. And I told God the story of my entire life. I cried. I was like, this happened, and I had a traumatic childhood, and there's these disappointments. I got divorced, and then I talked about all the things that I felt I had done to other people or who I had hurt or disappointed. And God was just there, witnessing and feeling all my suffering, completely accepting and reassuring. It was the most profound experience of infinite empathy and compassion and absolute unconditional love. And it gave me the space and the permission to have the courage to look at myself and take responsibility for my own life without condemnation and blame. So like the Lord's Prayer, to forgive others for the trespasses against me and forgive myself and ask for forgiveness for the trespasses I may have committed against others. So the gift of that dream is that I can keep remembering it, and I can remember we are beings of unconditional love. Like God told me, like I know, it's true. We are unconditionally loved. No one is left out. No one is excluded. And it helps me come back to center and remember my compassion for myself and for others, like Nancy said, and Valerie Carr says, so we see no stranger, there's no opponent, and there's no enemy. And if we can remember to live from that place of unconditional love, we know despite any obstacle in the world, any pain, anything that's happening, that the path forward is always love. Thank you.
Remember that show Bewitched? How she'd wiggle her nose and twitch? Spells were cast, it was a blast. All I ever wanted was to be like that. But then I grew up and I let it go. Twitches are for witches, just say no. Magic isn't cool, magic is for fools. Magic is for people wanna break the rules, alright? Okay, but it wouldn't go away. I looked all around, I searched till I found a wise old woman who could break it down. She said it's so much more than a nose wiggle, it's so much more than a spell. The magic is in me, the magic is in you, the magic is in everyone and everything we do. It's a love inside us, shining through. I let it move through me, groove through me, take a little cruise through me. Love is a magic and it knows what to do. Love is the magic in me. Love is the magic in me. In me. Oh my, it made me wanna cry. All those years I thought I couldn't fly. But what if it was real? What if it was true? What if magic was something I could do? So I gathered up my courage, I gathered up my trust, and I gathered up my fears and I kicked them in the dust. I said I can do this, can't you see? After all, it's so much more than me. It's love that'll do it. It's love sees me through it. All I gotta do is set it free. Let it go, let it flow, let it sing, let it be. Cause it's so much more than a nose wiggle. It's so much more than a spell. The magic is in me, the magic is in you. The magic is in everyone and everything we do. It's a love inside us, shining through. I let it move through me, groove through me, take a little cruise through me. Love is a magic and it knows what to do. Love is a magic in me. Love is the magic in me. In me. Every day I wake up and I say, I got the magic, and I'm gonna play with the whole wide world and all the people in it. When it comes to love, there's no limit to the joy and the bliss and the beauty we combine. Looking for love? Check your mind. What you gonna do? How's it gonna be? Happy? Angry? Lonely? Free? No one else can do it. You're the only one. Your mind is strong and mighty with the power of the sun. Why not let it magnify all the love that lives inside? You can change the world. Plus it's really fun, cause it's so much more than a nose wiggle. It's so much more than a spell. The magic is in me, the magic is in you. The magic is in everyone and everything we do. It's the love inside us, shining through. I let it move through me, groove through me, take a little cruise through me. Love is a magic and it knows what to do. Love is the magic in me. Love is the magic in me. In me. All we need is the power inside us, carry us through. It lives in me, it lives in you. Cause it's so much more than a nose wiggle. It's so much more than a spell. The magic is in me, the magic is in you. The magic is in everyone and everything we do. It's a love inside us, shining through. I let it move through me, groove through me, take a little cruise through me. Love is the magic and it knows what to do. In me.
If you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And if you'd like to see more content like this, please support us on Patreon. The link is in the description below.
Thank you. We love you.
See you next time.
Talk about love. To talk about love. And Laura, I so appreciated your reflection. It's funny that the topic today is about unconditional love and if it's humanly possible or is it just a divine thing. And I loved your story because often we think about unconditional love as the love that God has for us, that God's the only one capable of doing that. And in this philosophy that we teach here, we don't talk about God being out there because we want to get away from God being that judgmental person that decides who gets love and who doesn't, who gets favor and who doesn't. Because that's not my experience of God. That's not Laura's experience of God that evening as this dream she had. That Spirit is this presence that's always accepting, always loving. And sometimes it's hard to think about an old man in the sky as being that kind of person, so that's why we get away from that. But if that's what you imagine, and it is, it's just anything that is not comforting, Meister Eckhart said, about God. Anything that's about God that's not comforting is a lie. And I think you need to be aware of that anything you tell yourself about God as being a punishing, only certain people receive love, those worthy of love, is a lie. And that the love that you receive from this spirit essence of accepting is the truth. And that's the unconditional love. And also what's interesting about this topic, so is it just a divine thing? Well, guess what? We are all divine things, right? We are all made of divine substance. So if it is just a divine thing, that's okay, we got it covered. Because we can find that unconditional love within ourselves. There's the whole metaphor that Christians often use about God being a shepherd that guides us, a loving shepherd. So I like that image as well. But I've kind of stopped believing in that God outside of myself, even though sometimes I have conversations with God, I must admit. But I'm learning to find the divine within me that shepherds me, that I seek the guidance to allow me to open up to a greater love. There's always a question about how we define love, how we define God, but it's easy to say God is love. Often we use the word spirit here instead of God just because some people have some healing or not sure what God means. But spirit, almost like the Holy Trinity that Christians talk about the Holy Spirit, is the part that moves through us, that guides us, that is us, and it's more than us. And we can allow it to come through us and be greater. Now, in terms of defining love, sometimes the internet asks, some people have posted on the internet, questions they've asked kids about what is love. So I wanted to share some of those with you. Billy, who is 4, said, when someone loves you, the way they say your name is different. You just know that your name is safe in their mouth. Rebecca, who is 8, when my grandmother got arthritis, she couldn't bend over and paint her toenails anymore. So my grandfather does it for her all the time, even though his hands have arthritis too. That's love. Danny says, who's 7, says, love is when my mommy makes coffee for my daddy and she takes a sip before giving it to him to make sure it tastes okay. Tommy, 6, says, love is like a little old woman and a little old man who are still friends even after they've known each other for so long. Marianne, 4, love is when your puppy licks your face even after you left him alone all day. Emma, 6, says, love is when you're missing some of your teeth, but you're not afraid to smile because you know your friends will still love you even when some of you is missing. I thought it was interesting, just some of you, not your teeth, but some of you is missing. So also say that this week we've had grandchildren in town visiting from the Netherlands. Some of them are up in Reno right now, but Odin, the youngest one, has been with us. And I just want to give you a picture of what love is when I'm with Odin. Right there. So if play is the language of love, then putting on a unicorn onesie to play with him is love, right? As I thought about that, I thought about my own sons who are 35 and 45 now, or 40, yeah. But as they were growing up, we would hike mountains in Colorado when we lived there. And to me, love was not, because I don't think I would have climbed the mountain without them. It was really hard, 14,000-foot mountain. But I did it because it was us doing it together. And on the left is a Colorado mountain called Torrey's Peak. We climbed it, and I led them. And then a couple of years ago, we went to Nevada Falls in Yosemite. It was 6,000 feet. They led me up that mountain, so that's okay. It was still about love, their love of me and my love of them. Now, Michelle and I have been married for 14 years now. I better get that number right because she's here. And when we first got married, our first anniversary after we got married, we wanted to commemorate it in some way, so we decided to get a tattoo, right? That's what you do when you're in love, right? So we got a single scratch, because neither of us have a great pain tolerance or discomfort of it. But we decided we would get a mark of one for every anniversary. And sure enough, we got the one mark with the ... the first year. Second year, we got a second scratch, so now 2 years, right? The third year, we got a third scratch, 1, 2, 3. And then it came around to the fourth, and Michelle was like hemming and hawing about, I don't know. I said, sure, we're going to do this, and we're going to keep doing it but it didn't happen. So what does that mean? Now, what I know is our love has grown deeper and more profound in new ways, but we're not willing to go through that discomfort anymore, that tattoo. It's still stuck at 3. We joke about those were our 3 best years, right? Our 3 good years. Not really, because what I know is real love is about the willingness to be uncomfortable, maybe not do tattoos, but the discomfort of being with friends who are changing and shifting and going through different places in their lives, and you just listen. You honor them. You know, even if there might be some separation between you or distance because of those changing, you're still present with them. You still love them from a distance. And as you get back together, as you change and grow, the memories of a love that's been lost even is still love. Nothing changes that love. It's an enduring love, what that is. But my concern about the way love is an adult, I mean, when a baby is born, they don't have any fear. They have some pain, discomfort, obviously, and they let you know that loud and clear. But it's not till we get older when we are anticipating pain and suffering, and we get afraid of that. So we build up walls around our heart, a maze, so that we stay protected. But the problem with that is I don't know about you, but I Laura, you said in your sharing about you're getting to the age where you don't remember you've told this story or not. That's okay, because we're at the age where we don't remember whether you told us or not. And I forget, like, passwords. Because I forget my passwords, I write them down, and that's like against the point, right? They're supposed to be secret passwords. And when we hide our love away in a maze of sorts, we sometimes forget our way out. And others can't find their way in. So the best way is just to knock all those walls down and be vulnerable and open, and things might get a little uncomfortable. But that's the only way we're going to find the way to this unconditional love, this agape love, that's called unadulterated. Isn't it interesting, the word unadulterated, because it's been, the opposite of that would be adulterated. It's been adulted. It's been rated by adults. We have judged it to be a certain way or not. And our fear just takes us away from this unconditional way. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Buddhist teacher, says to practice love, compassion, and joy, we have to pay attention to our near and far enemies, so ones that are close to us and the ones that are distant from us. We will know how to heal the illness. We need to know how to heal the illness of anger, sorrow, insecurity, sadness, hatred, loneliness, and unhealthy attachments. So when we're mindful, we're willing to do that, we can open up to a greater sense of love, that we can allow this divine agape, unconditional love. All the time? Maybe not. But we can return to this unconditional love, this peace vigil. It's been hard to feel the pain of those in Gaza and other places that are suffering. And we can return to love as best we can and knowing peace the best we can. I think it's easier to do in a community. I'm so glad we're gathering at Fuller Park this week to do that. But how can we more consistently transcend conditions and circumstances to love freely, to be loved freely? Sometimes it's harder to be loved, to accept love from other people than it is to love other people. But both of those, to have this unconditionally. We live lives of ever-widening circles of love. This week I've been fascinated by circles. I've just been thinking about it because of this quote by that Joanna Macy had interpreted Rainier Maria Rilke's poem about, I live my life in widening circles that reach out across the world. I may not complete this last one, but I give myself to it. So I think of this as circles of love that we have, that are continuing, and we continue to, and also added to it, what I thought about circles is Meister Eckhart, the mystic, who said, life is completing a circle God has drawn. Now, I know what I talked about. I don't believe that a God is out there predestining what we're doing. But there is something intuitive, something innate, something that draws me towards a pathway of love. And I know it's there, and sometimes I get distracted. I get focused on other things. And then I can return to this love, return to this circle. It's intuitive, and yet I know it's there. A pattern of love, if you want to call it that. So we can imagine these circles as not as round and around, but as an upward spiral. Usually we measure our time on this planet in days and months and years. But I think what we remember are the moments of joy and love and connection. That those are the dots that allow there. Albert Einstein even said that if we travel at the speed of light, no time passes at all. That's your thought of the day. Think about that one for a minute. If we travel at the speed of light, no time passes at all. And I'm thinking there are moments I've had in my life when it's a deep connection with a friend or a family member, with someone, with Michelle, with someone, that it feels like it's timeless. And it's those memories that are the dots on the circles, this upward spiral that goes up and up. These moments of meaning and love and joy. And what I also know that, as I mentioned, there are times I veer off. Now, if this is a mathematical illustration, as if you are using a pencil and a string to draw a perfect circle, right? So you're drawing the circle, and you're coming around, and you're keeping it tight so that you're making that perfect circle, and suddenly the string snaps, and then it just goes off. You've lost your circle, right? Which is illustrated in this diagram. Well, what is that connection? That's the string is like our connection with Spirit. Sometimes we lose our way, not because we're going, I think I'm going to go off and do something different now. It's because we just forget. And we become unaware that we're unaware. I mean, isn't that what the definition of unaware is? You're unaware that you're unaware. And it's something that brings us back to focus. It could be a connection something we have, or it could be some kind of event that happens in our lives, maybe a diagnosis or a loss of some kind, and you realize that you've become detached from that circle. But what's great is you just choose again. You just come back to the circle. Come back to this circle of love and allow yourself to recommit to it. Now, let's talk an idea about, a straight line seems to be a veer off of the circle, right, that I talked about. But here we are on this planet Earth, and I'm going to walk in a straight line, and let's say I can walk on water and not worry about the weather. If I keep walking in this distance, It may take me years, but I'll come around all the way around and come back to where I started from. And that's a circle. That's not a straight line. Gravity keeps us from doing that. Right now, we're kind of sideways, probably spinning around an Earth at I don't know how many miles an hour, but it's pretty fast. But we don't feel that because of gravity. Love is the gravity in our life. It keeps us in this rotation to this circle. When we veer off, there's a call to bring us back into alignment. And there's no God out there judging us for the route we've gone. None. It's just, it is here. It is present. It is love. And it brings us back to this moment. Ernest Holmes says, love points the way and law makes it possible. Love points the way, and continue to do that. There's a thing in geometry. I love sacred geometry, and so I'm always fascinated by different ways of there's a certain sacred geometry, by the way, to the three buildings that make up this campus, if you want to call it that, this property that is the Centers for Spiritual Living. One, we rent out to a spa, but it's still part of this property, and it's a triangular sacred geometry. But also what I find fascinating about lines is, so we say a line is a veer off, but in geometry, lines, like on the left-hand side, can create a circle. And on the right-hand side, what you see there is lines can create a heart. There is no person that drew a curve in either one of these. They're all made by straight lines. And what I'm suggesting is some of our distractions, some of our veering off is not necessarily bad. It can be quite healthy to do that because it is our remembering. In our remembering, we become more intentional, become more aware, we become more focused on what we're doing. Here's the interesting thing. I used to watch this show, and what I know is a perfect circle or a straight line is not always faster. I don't know about your spiral. Mine looks more like this, where there's bumps and waves and different veering and out. But that doesn't mean that wasn't the fastest way, because I've learned in that way, become more mindful, more committed. So I love this show, Mythbusters. And these guys are setting up an experiment with 3 tracks, A, B, and C. I think online they're not labeled, but the top and the middle and the bottom. I would assume that the top track, the straight track, would be the fastest, because it's the shortest, right? The second one, maybe the second fastest, because it's the second shortest, and the third one meaning that. But in real time, look what happens. The straight was actually the slowest. And my point about that is the shortest way is not always the fastest, which doesn't make sense in our brain, does it? But for us, sometimes the long way, we experience something we need to experience. We understand something we need to understand. We feel something we need to feel. Perhaps it was something we buried. Perhaps it was something we had put to the side thinking we could avoid it the rest of our lives. But that sideways path, oh yeah, I need to remember that. I need to let that go. I need to heal it. I need to accept it. And this is the pathway of love. The curve is the straightest way. The curve of love that opens us up. Joanna Macy said, and I brought this quote up last week, but I still am sitting with it, so I wanted to bring it back up. The heart that breaks open contains the whole universe. We are our world knowing itself. We are love knowing itself. The self-givingness of this life. And she also says, active hope is walking up to the beauty of life in whose behalf we can act. We belong to this world. Walk boldly through your life with an open, broken heart. This is what opens us up to the beauty that is always there, always around us in this way. And what I also know is love can be without limits. Buddha said that thousands of candles can be lit from one single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. Now, I know you think, well, wait, a candle burns down. It does, but lighting from that flame doesn't change that. It has a natural life expectancy, a natural life. But it can light as many lights and it doesn't shorten it at all. And so we can give our love freely. There's nothing that limits that, because Spirit within us is an energizing renewal, recreating itself in us at all times. There is no shortage of love. Even if it seems like at times that there might be a betrayal or a loss, it seems like we have lost love. And we need to feel that, the grief of that, the loss of that, the hurt of that. And there's always more love. There's always more love. That doesn't mean that there's not boundaries. That limitations and boundaries are different. We do need to set boundaries. Boundaries actually create freedom. They create space for love. All of our relationships, our friendships, our family, our community, we can express what we want, ask for what we want, and not be attached whether we get it or not, but we want to continue to say it. And this also continues to be speaking up for what we want to see in our city, our country, our state, our county, because this is us seeking to become a more perfect world, a world that works for everyone. And what we want may be different what other people want, but let's talk about it. Let's find a way to figure out that we can all get what we want, because I believe that is possible, but not if we're not talking. We continue to know this deeper truth of who we are and how we open up this greater life. And above all, we want to return to love. Return to the love that is always within us, always around us. That love moves freely like light, uncontained, undivided, and ever present. It doesn't begin or end with us. It didn't begin with this life. It always has been. And creation itself is a self-givingness of this. And creation was not a one-time thing either. It's constant, that love is continually this circle that moves within us and around us, that continues to spiral in an evolution of greater life. And every gentle thought, every open-hearted gesture adds to its radiance. It needs us to be able to express it in the world. In loving, we don't create something new. We join what already is. Return to Love is actually a title of a book by Marianne Williamson, and I love her quote that continues to be profound in my life. And I knew you've probably heard it before, but I think it's good to revisit. She said that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not? Who are you not to be? You're a child of God. You're playing small that does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We're all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we light our own light, shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our present automatically liberates others. So when we live from this love, when we love freely, when we knock down those walls that we've built up, and we're willing to be uncomfortable, doesn't mean you have to get any tattoos, by the way, but willing to be uncomfortable with just being, accepting, living and loving, it's going to send ripples out into the world. it's going to change. It's going to change everything. So let's be about that. Let's go to prayer. Just feel that love inside of you for a moment. That deeper connection with Spirit that is the source of this unconditional love that continues to radiate through us as us. So in this moment, we just allow Spirit to be that radiant love, that deeper connection, that aliveness that does make a difference in our lives and radiates out all into the world, bringing peace and joy and liberation to all. We're grateful for God's presence in our lives, Spirit's presence, and this aliveness that is within us, that is the truth of our being. We know it is already so as we release it into the law, knowing it is, and so it is. And now, a little more music.
Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Yeah, Spirit loves me. I know that. Spirit loves me. That's a fact. Yeah. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Yeah, when I'm down, I turn to you. When I'm down, you pull me through. Yeah, I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. All alone, feeling broken, I don't know where to go. Got a feeling if I'm willing, Spirit's opening the door. So I'm asking, passing time while I'm crashing in a last bad gasp of confusion. And it's slow, a little knowing that won't let go. Can't ignore it and you know I won't, cause it's growing in the open, no more hoping now. Spirit holds my soul and says you gotta let me love you now. You are worthy of this love, so why not let me love you now? For you are worthy of this love. Yeah, I surrender every little thing. I surrender. Hear me say, hear me say. I'm gonna let Spirit love me. Gonna let Spirit love me. Yeah, Spirit love me. Yeah, worthy of this love.
Listen, Z, what's interesting about not having a live musicians can read the room, videos can't read the room. sorry for the little sudden noise there, but it's all good there. This is a time in our service we invite you to be part of the law of circulation, supporting our vision and mission and the spread of love that moves out. We know the greater abundance we have as a center, the more we can do, the more activities and the more classes and different things like that. So we certainly appreciate your support. If ushers could come forward, please. What we know is that there are an abundance in this universe, and if you have this abundance, we appreciate you sharing. There's a number of ways that you can share, including online donation, texting, checks payable to NVCSL, or in person or mailed in at our address, or the QR code that's up there. Any one of those works, so we appreciate it. So what we like to do is affirm that which we've given, and we put our hand over our heart, representing what we've given in the past or what we're giving today, and we say, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
So this is a time in our service when we also like to acknowledge people who might be here for the first time, acknowledge people online. We always welcome new people online. You can put your comments in the chat. Last week somebody said our chat wasn't working. Is it working today? Okay, great. But if there's anybody here in this room and you're willing to raise your hand to acknowledge that, we have an affirmation for you as well as a gift for you. Anybody here for the first time? We'll give you a brochure. You remember our memories. We don't remember you, all right? So we appreciate you being here with us today. It's an honor and a privilege. We have a community that is supportive and warm and inclusive, so we appreciate it. Dale, one more right there. Right next to Jackie. Oh, I didn't see it. So we, right, thank you. So we raise our hands with a blessing and we say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. I also wanted to mention, often we acknowledge people's birthdays and anniversaries. We did that last week. But I've got a birthday coming up, and I got a birthday card. And there are people in this. Everybody thinks it's Mary. It's not Mary. There's a secret group of people who write people birthday cards from the center, putting our address on it, wishing them a happy birthday. The question is, if you haven't received one of those in the last year or so, that means we do not have your address correct or your birthday. So there is a sheet at the information table. If you would like to receive a birthday card or just to keep up with our newsletter and different things like that, please put your name out on the register out there. Mary can show you where it is. And also just if there's any updates there that you would like to be a part of, please add those. We would appreciate that because we like to keep up with you, let you know what's going on here. We'd never give that information to anybody else. It's confidential here at the center. So, and then we have no kids today, but we do have practitioners. If practitioners could come forward. A practitioner. We appreciate you. We appreciate our practitioners, and that Laura is here for prayer after the service if you so want. We also, after prayer is finished, we need to get all the chairs to the side, but I'll let you know when that happens. We want to keep a sacredness in here, and that's why we ask if you're not staying for prayer, please go out into the courtyard and enjoy snacks and coffee we have out there. Let's all stand for the congregational affirmation. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I'm led by Spirit.
I'm led by Spirit.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm protected by love.
I am protected by love.
I'm here to be a blessing.
I'm here to be a blessing.
I am so grateful.
I am so grateful.
And so it is.
So it is.
And now our final song.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. I can see it. We are making a new world now.
A good rest of your Sunday.